Hey guys, Fushiro here, and welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Club. Long time no see, but without further ado, I'm going to get into the yearly binder showcase here. We're going to show off some of my coolest cards from my collection. We're going to get off to a nice and quick start here. I recorded one of these videos last year, but I never got around to actually uploading it, just due to everything being so tumultuous back then when I did that. But now I've got some time. I may as well double down and get back on this. So I'm gonna record all this and post it up on YouTube. I'll be moving again pretty soon, but hopefully after that, hold on. So these are some First Ed Magics, MRLs, and these are some MRLs, a playset of MRL Spell, MST. There's a Super Reaper. But yeah, after I move in about a month or so, I may be able to record again. I'm hoping so. That would be nice now, wouldn't it? I would like to be able to record again. Now that, frankly, a lot of Time Wizard is so much more popular nowadays, since Konami pretty much OTS sanctioned it, and is now hosting side events at YCSs and regionals and whatnot. There's a lot more demand for this stuff than there used to be, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, I think it'd be good to give some input of my own. Plus, you know, I've been playing pretty actively. I've actually been playing very actively. And I've got a lot that I feel like I can say about a lot of the retro formats. Especially Edison, Hat, in particular. I also have some new formats that weren't built in the past. You'll see some of the cards from those when we get to the end of the binder. Yeah, something more modern than I had built in the past. You can hardly even tell those are ulties. Come on. But yeah, this is a larger binder than the one that was in the last video, for sure. So I plan on there's just a lot of room in here. Don't mind me. Just going through the showcase. A lot of cards are regular ones that have been in the videos prior, but there's some new additions in here that weren't in there before. Like this one right here. We'll see how long the Assailant stays in the collection. Some cards just stay forever. Some not so much. Some I need to finish a playset of. Some I have too many of. It's kind of crazy the kind of cards that don't make it into this binder video anymore. Just because I don't feel like they're particularly worth showing off. Like all the Super D prisons and similar staple cards that are pretty nice. Lighting in here isn't the best. But, you know, it's better than not recording the video at all. So, here we are. Sometimes you'll see some marks on the bottom right there. That's just because those sleeves used to have Sharpie on them because they were used for older decks. But a lot of decks have come and gone through my collection. And obviously the ones that have things written are for decks that are actively used now. Ones that are built up. This is one of my favorite pages personally. The Light of Destruction, Phantom Darkness page. And this is my least favorite page in the binder. It's not even a full 24. What a shame. Love Thunder King. The unlimited Celestias weren't worth enough. Just not good enough for the binder. Nope. Neither was the unlimited Thought Ruler Archfiend. When I recorded the video last year, I actually had a second binder that just had the cards that just didn't make it into the primary binder because I pulled out so much stuff. This time around, though, I pulled out a lot less extra cards, and I considered making a secondary binder video, but I also didn't like how long last year's video was. That's another reason why I didn't, unlimited by the way. That's another reason why I didn't upload it, was just because I didn't like the length of the video. I was like, well, maybe I can, slim it down and edit it a fair amount. But in the end, it was like 24 minutes before edit, and I don't think it would have been like any less than 17 minutes afterwards, so I just didn't even put in the effort. I felt like it wasn't going to be worth it, and I chalked it up to I'll record it again. And well, here you go, I'll just record it again next year. So I wasn't wrong. I did eventually record it again. Some cards in here actually aren't worth all too much, frankly. But I just couldn't not have them in here because I'm just a huge fan of them. Like the Shining Angels, or these tokens. These tokens are only worth like, I don't know, 16, 18 bucks. But you never see them, and I'm a huge fan of them, so I put them in anyways. But generally the rule was that if a card is worth less than $35, I had to have a darn good reason for putting it into the binder. Which, it's crazy that that's where the bar is nowadays for this stupid thing. Because I've been uploading videos like this for, what, 5 years? I think it's been 5 years since I started doing the binder video. I can't quite remember. We'll do this side first. Oh, the trags. I got that Battle Fader for 20 bucks. I saw that posting and I'm like, I don't need one. But I'm getting that immediately. And as you'll notice from my last upload, the binder is sorted differently from what it used to be. Now the cards are in roughly a sequential order. It's not perfect. As you'll see, there's actually a super dust chute all the way down here in the latter 5Ds era. But, I tried to go in rough chronological order to kind of show the evolution of, like, the card art and the card design as things went on, due to just, like, how the card printing process itself had changed as well. Especially right around here in the second half of 2010, because that's when they started getting the more new foiling. Like, here's a Turbo Pack 2. You get up to Turbo Pack 4, which was about a year later. You can already tell that the card stock, like the foiling has started to change. And you'll see that as we get into the Zexal era printing of the cards over here. I'm sorry there's only 2 Hero Lives, but in the deck that I played in, it's at 2. That's why I don't have the third one anymore. I ended up moving that third Hero Lives, the ulti that used to be in here. The misprint one. The person who moved it to, I will gladly never trade with again because they're just they were kind of scummy about it. In a very self-interested way. It wasn't outwardly scummy, but you can just you think about the situation, and it was like, wow, you actually just tried to raw dog me as much as you possibly could, huh? Because back then, super lone fires and were worth like 15, 20 more than ulti first Hero Lives. But the Hero Lives had a foiling that was quite noticeably off like kilter, like it was like offset, kind of like the ulti would go down to like that far or something. And so I was willing to do a trade for a lone fire. They had 9 super lone fires, and they went, okay, yeah, sure, we'll bring in lone fires next week. Next week they only bring in 1 lone fire, And I looked at their loan fires last week, and I know for a fact they brought in the one that had the worst condition on the back. So, yeah, I will very gladly never trade with them again. But that's fine. This isn't worth that much, but the misprint is very cool. You can see the ultra printing underneath the secret. Yeah, I've never seen another any secret that's had that sort of misprint, so I think it's really interesting. I still need one more First Ed Lind. Unlimiteds just didn't make it in because too tight on space. I swore I had a second Leviathan, but I guess I don't. The Gear Giants might be a bit inflated. I tried to avoid inflated cards, because sometimes like there's different things in Modern that bump up their price a fair amount. Hold on. There we go. That's a little bit better. Such as Gear Gigant X with Super Heavy Samurai, or Archfiend's Eccentric for the same reason. But if I like a card enough, then I was like, well, whatever. Good enough reason for me to put it in the binder. But you'll see I have some cards that have a 7 on the subtext on the bottom. And that's because now I actually have ABC format built for late 2016, early 2017. And I'm a huge fan, like a huge fan of that format. So I was very, very willing to put that together. And it's been really fun. And I can't wait to upload some videos of that. Need to find 2 more of those for, well, you can guess if it has A for 7. You can guess what deck that goes into. Ghost Honorek was an amazingly based reprint. This is the newest card. I got that from my roommate he gave that to me as a gift, and it surprised me. It's a very nice gift. Same roommate also got me one of these nightmares here for my birthday, or was it Christmas? They're very close together, so it's hard to remember. But there's the Eccentrics. I'll gladly take a reason to put these in here. It's one of my favorite cards of all time. I've always loved it. Spot Removal Incarnate. And we finally got the Jack Atlas Ghost Rare. We'll finish off the binder with the final page here. Kashtira and not. Ulti Big Eye was always going in the binder. This is a pretty cool edition. I got that as a gift for someone, but they'll get it eventually. But alrighty. With all that said, this has been Fashir of Team Bad Yugi's. I'm glad you guys could make it in today. I'm hoping I can start uploading again in about a month or so. That would be nice. Until then, have a good time. Take care.